How's it going, everybody? Today we are going to be covering the new enemies in the Toxic Tangled update, specifically the earwigs. From what I've seen online, a lot of people hate the earwigs. They find them kind of busted and OP and just overall difficult enemy. I am going to be showcasing what I am running and my techniques when I face the earwigs, in hopes that you guys can kind of copy the techniques, whatever it may be, to make it more of an overall enjoyable experience. That being said, we're going to be in the new garden area. Specifically, I'm going to be at the Scarecrow. I'll probably be running through the Scarecrow. If you have not been there yet and you don't want things spoiled for you, go ahead and click off because this will be a spoiler heavy video. Other than that, let's get right into it. I'm actually going to sleep real quick because it is nighttime and I do not like fighting at nighttime. So I'm going to sleep. And then we will start our crusade against the earwigs. They are quite an annoying enemy. They are probably one of my least favorites. Okay, I think I have everything set up. I'm going to repair these real quick. While I'm on the screen, actually, I'll show you what I am running. So, Northern Mask, I am only running it for double deal, which increases the damage afflicted to enemies that are sustaining venom damage. This whole build right here is a damage over time or a dot build, and it's very critical heavy too, just for the extra damage output. I'm wearing all rogue armor, my trinket. The final hit in my combo is going to add venom. I'll go over why I'm running this over a different couple of trinkets you could run and a different couple armors you could run. Black Ant arm guards, mainly for the parry criticals. Perfect blocks have a chance to increase your critical hit chance for a short duration. This is very, very, very good. And then finally, wolf leggings. You get this from the wolf spider. I'm doing that for venomous dasher. Your dash strikes using dual weapons inflict venom buildup. That is very useful for me. Same with the hyper stamina. The reason I am running these over what I've seen a lot of people run, which might be, if you're doing a dot build, some sort of axle armor for venomous ambush. Deal venom to creatures you ambush. Your ambush ability is only gonna proc on enemies that are hostile, which means all neutral enemies you are not gonna get that initial venom buildup, whereas the wolf leggings you will get it. And there are some pretty heavy hitting neutral enemies. You got the potato beetle, which has a really large health pool. You got the cricket, once again, very large health pool, and he does have a couple attacks that can probably hit you for half your health. So just for those two specifically, I am running the wolf leggings. And then I'm still getting the venom proc on all hostile enemies, even harmless enemies. If you're farming, I don't know, like caterpillars or garden snails, pretty decent health pool. You still get that venom proc. You're still going to be doing additional damage to them. For the earwig specifically, I always use the Wolfbane daggers. I think these weapons are probably one of the best in the game if you're running a build like this. Just that it does venom build up on its own. You get additional venom buildup from this. And then the leggings, if you dash strike, you get additional venom buildup. You're basically instantly inflicting all enemies with venom with these daggers. I have the sour mutation on it, or whatever you want to call it, just for the earwigs. There's not many things in this game that as of right now, that are resistant to sour. Secondly, the icicles for anything that's weak to fresh, and the mantis blade with spicy damage. This is basically just a spider killer. I'm using it over the Coltana because I think at base value it does around the same amount of speed. It does higher stun, and I think about the same amount of damage and critical. So just having that extra stun is a real big help. With that all out of the way, let's get into the earwigs. Everybody's been looking forward to the earwigs. If you're wondering where my base is, I have built in a very popular area underneath the bench at the ranger station here. The reason why is because this door, it's originally blocked off by that weird goop, whatever you want to call it. If you have completed the main story up to this point, you get the tank bangers, which clear that off. And this is a very quick way into the garden. And it's just a really good flat location in general too. You got 2 water coolers there as well. The only bad thing about the location, I've built here twice. On one of my playthroughs, I have not experienced what I've experienced on this one, where I have northern scorpions, not the juniors, the fully grown ones. I have northern scorpions at my door very frequently, and it's quite annoying. They'll get stuck under my base and just be growling down there, and it's insanely annoying to deal with.
Way less scary.
That rant aside, let's get on over to the scarecrow. I think that the scarecrow, well, I know for a fact it has a lot of earwigs in it.
Homeostasis.
If you haven't cleared the scarecrow yet, you get to look forward to that. I'm not sure if you have to go through it necessarily to complete the main quest. There is a route that I'm going to take that's a little bit quicker. It does require some technical jumping here with the spider, which is not easy to parkour or platform with sometimes. Typically you have to go through the scarecrow if you take the traditional route, going through the whole Omnet Labs and everything. But in the main quest, you're going to have to fix some power outlets or something like that. And then you're going to have to turn on that switch right there. But this cord here leads right to the greenhouse. I'm actually going to make a save here in case I fall off, because I am not good at platforming. But yeah, you can take this cord all the way up and just turn it on. So I don't know if it's required that you have to go through the scarecrow. But we are here. We are at the top. We're going to kind of reverse it here and clear out some earwigs. Let's go over their enemy type real quick. At the very top, there's going to be 2 ogre earwigs, which are exactly the same as their normal counterparts. They just look different. As you can tell, their weaknesses are sour. They're resistant to spicy. It's a pretty simple enemy type. Just 1 weakness, 1 resistant, and that means all other damage is just going to be normal damage, which makes them not horrible to try to shred down. That being said, if you want to make it a little bit quicker, you can run any sort of weapon with sour. It does not have to be the venom one. The only reason I use these so often is there's very few enemies in the game besides like wolf spiders and a couple others I won't quite spoil, that are the ones that negate venom damage. Other than that, everything suffers from venom damage. For the spiders, like I said, just running that. So this is what I use against the wolf spiders, the earwigs. I'm going to send my spider home because it is just going to get in the way. And I am going to... I already came up here and cleared out the 2 ogres. I was hoping they would be back. I think I'm going to have to go farther into the scarecrow than I'd like to get some earwigs now. But I'm going to show you the technique that I use against basically every single bug to get those perfect parries. It's kind of like a rhythm game for me. I count it off in my head. For example, the earwigs, the pinchers, they really only have 3 combos they're going to throw at you. They have a 3-hit combo, which in my head, I don't know if your head will work the same or your brain will work the same. It'll make sense when I show you. Their first combo, the easiest one, the 3-hit, is a 1-2 small pause 3. They have a 5-hit that is that 1-2 small pause 3 followed by a quick 1-2, which if you're backpedaling and blocking, which I typically do, I think a lot of people do too, those final 2 hits in the 5th combo seem for some reason to typically miss. Not saying you shouldn't block through them. And then the pincher's final one is a guard break one, which is very distinct. You'll see their back little pinchers open up really big. You'll hear a locking sound, and then they'll lunge at you. That one's fairly easy to block. It is slightly delayed, which can make it a little bit more difficult. The whipper earwigs, they have 2 additional attacks, I believe. They have the throw, obviously, and then they have a quick pinch and roll backwards. It sounds like we got one up ahead. Hopefully they're not going to gang up on me, and hopefully we'll be able to showcase a little bit of their moveset here. They typically hide up above. Sometimes they're on the ground. I know for a fact I did not clear out this entire... Okay. I have no idea where this... I'm getting rocks thrown at me. What? I have no idea where this is coming from. Okay, this one might be bugged. The bug is bugged. Where is it? Oh my gosh, I'm being attacked by a phantom. I have not seen this before. I don't know where it could be. It might be down here maybe and throwing through a wall. No, it's... What is happening? My earwigs aren't wanting to be here.
Whoop.
There's typically like 2 or 3 down here. We might have to go to another location to find some earwigs. We're gonna have to go to the little ladybug area, it seems. I think my earwigs are bugged or something.
Yeah.
That's very odd. Oh well, no big deal. We will just make a quick cut and we will be there. I did not want to fight them in that little Cabbage Patch ladybug area just because there's a lot of enemies there. You can accidentally hit a ladybug. As easy as they are not fun to just randomly get hit by. They will hit you for a lot of damage. They also have black ants and a lot of tang. I hate the black ants. I think their stupid sour attack does way too much damage. Just kind of tank that hit. I don't even... Just want to get there.
Did I get a ride?
Alright, let's get on over
10
there,
legs total.
Spoder.
We're a crab.
Yeah, this area kind of sucks. I'm really sad that Scarecrow is, like, possessed right now.
Take a breather, little bug, as Allie would say.
So we're just gonna run over to the ladybug area.
Specimen dispatch.
Hopefully not fight anything we don't have to. I really hate fighting the black ants. I hate fighting the ants in general. For some reason, I just really suck at blocking their attacks. It seems so random. Alright, already. Pincher, or not pincher.
Safe.
Whipper, earwig. Two of them.
Positively
Not
Siberian.
preferable. Always try to fight them solo, but sometimes you can only do so much. So we're going to run in and see how this goes, if I can focus up or not. Aggro this one real quick. Alright, that's the pinch and roll one. That one typically misses. Once again, not saying you should just ignore it. I'm going to try to... I might just have to eliminate one real quick, just to show. Okay, that's the guard break one. You heard that locking sound. That's the quick pinch and roll, which is really hard to predict when it's going to pop out, especially when you're focusing on two of them. Looks like he's doing a 3-hit. 1, 2. Okay. God, I knew it. What did I say? The ladybugs, they just get in the way down here. And they all just find a common enemy in me, not each other. Okay. Probably gonna cut this out. Look how much damage that just did. Took out like all my eye. Probably gonna cut this part out. I will get back to when I am just fighting one. Took some unnecessary hits. I'm about to starve. But we are down to one earwig now. So let's try to show off the move. The Whipper Earwig, honestly, that's really good that they're here, because I don't have to go fighting a Pincher Earwig, because these guys have the same exact moveset as the Pinchers, just minus or additional 2 moves. So I'm going to show my technique. I'm going to say it out loud. This is what I'm doing in my brain. Yeah, let's see. That's the guard break, super delayed. I don't really count that one off. I just, once it lunges, I know that's about time to block. The 3-hit. That's the 5-hit. What I was doing there, I'll try to do it out loud next time, is this right here. Let's see. 1. Nope. In my brain, what I do is I just count it off. Man, he's not wanting to pop out the combo move for some reason. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That would be the 5-hit. That's the quick pinch and roll. Typically misses. I still block just in case. It does really low damage. Their hardest hitting move is going to be the guard break, and it really lunges. Like, that was some distance it covered. 1. Okay. This one is very passive for some reason. Just wants to throw stones. And it might be stuck now. I might have to go find a pincher. That's just what I'm gonna do. Just gonna take the hits. Just move on. Okay, that's perfect. There's a pincher up there. I hate the larvae, they're so annoying. They show up at the worst times. Alright, let's get this guy down. This is a pincher, they're a lot smaller. Same exact moveset, -2. I believe. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That's exactly what you want to do. You count it off in your head. Guard break. Delayed. But yeah, just count it off in your head. You can do that for any bug. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then get your hits in. It is a very, very simple combo when you break it down like that. It's a 1, 2. You hear me pause 3. 1, 2. If you do that in your head, like I said, it is going to make it a whole lot easier for you to get those perfect blocks off, which negates all damage. It originally was that you couldn't perfect block some of them, and they were hitting like a truck, and it was just better to take them on at range or just completely avoid them. That being said, you do not want to take these guys on in groups. If you take them on in a group, it is not going to be a good time. If you have a staff or something, just start splashing them down. Or just pick and choose your points. Because when you perfect block, if you're side by side and one attacks, kind of missed that one there, and it still did a decent amount of damage. And I have fully maxed out armor. So that is not a move you want to get hit with your pants down. It will really do some damage on you. But back to what I was saying about the perfect blocks. If they're in a group, the perfect block is going to affect anything within radius and give them a slight stun. So it's not the end of the world if you're fighting them in groups, but at the same time, it's not going to be really fun. But that's basically all I have for you as far as the techniques to do it. If you really are struggling and you want to practice with them, I would suggest going up to that scarecrow that I was at and making a save. If you die, just reload it, or if you clear them all out, just reload that save and practice again. I would also practice not with dual weapons. I would probably use a shield, whether that be a buckler. I would probably use a full shield, because even if you do mess up a perfect block and just get a normal block, it's still going to negate all the damage, I believe. So yeah, I would practice with that, do it for a while, and once you are comfortable, start running the builds that you want, and the earwigs really will not be any sort of issue for you after that point. All that being said, if you guys want to see a different bug being fought or anything like that, leave a comment or anything like that. I will be sure to look at it, check it out, show you my techniques. It's basically going to be the same thing. I turn combat into a rhythm game where I'm counting off in my head their attacks, and it makes it a whole lot easier. The only one I would say that can be equally as difficult as the earwigs are probably the wolf spiders. They have a really quick grab attack, which is not easy to predict. Besides that, if you enjoyed the video, want to see another video, anything like that, leave a comment, leave a like. Be sure to let me know. Other than all of that, hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace out.